So I played like 600 hours of video games in 2024, and I also released 365 videos that same year. And so this is why like the popular advice of doing absolutely nothing fun at all ever is actually the worst advice you will ever hear. And so it was back in like the end of 2023, going into 2024, when I discovered what I thought was for sure going to be my next big video concept. It seems like every year I jump on some trend or bandwagon that's going to be the next big thing that I do. 2023 into 2024, we saw the blow up of people like Sam Sulek and the Dry Creek Wrangler School. These really kind of simple, bare bones content creators who brought back the authenticity to the content, and those sorts of people were the people that I really gravitated towards. And maybe I think I did gravitate towards them because of the authenticity, but I also think that I gravitated towards them because of the ease of content. I'd be lying to you if I said that that wasn't at least a pretty large portion of the appeal there. And so I studied their channels, figured out what I thought was the secret sauce that made them successful, and I set down my own path to do that same thing. And I decided that going into 2024, I was going to release one video every day that year. So 365 videos in total, because there's 365 days in a year. Of course, going back to the popular advice at the time for being mad productive is always to just pump out productivity and just always be doing something and forget about having fun. No more video games, no more social hour, no more friends, no more life. You just crank out content and you get over yourself. And again, like, that is horribly wrong, bad advice. And thankfully I didn't fall into that trap of advice when I embarked upon this challenge. So going into 2024, I had banked some videos from November and December of the previous year to help me get ahead of this project and then stay on top of it from there. And really the secret to how I was able to pump out so many videos and not at all interfere with my social life. Like, again, I played 600 plus hours of video games. I hung out with friends. I did stuff on weekends. I hung out with the family. I was doing all of this, and I was able to produce 365 videos, and it largely did not interfere with my social life or my enjoyment of life at all. What the big secret for me was making it a routine, part of my routine. And the biggest thing that really helped is it was a part of a routine that I did every day, regardless of whether or not I was filming content. And so I landed on the idea of filming myself driving to and from work. And that was going to be like my vlog series. That was going to be my Sam Sulek series. That was going to be my key to the city of YouTube success. There, you do this or you do that. And what I would like is to have a permanently unlocked perk whenever you prestige. That way, if you prestige 5 times, you can have all the perks unlocked. It worked in a sense that it allowed me to open my eyes to the possibilities of how to be more productive and how to weave productivity into your day-to-day, but ultimately all of these videos flopped because I missed a key ingredient that was getting the videos to be just a little bit better every time. I kind of stuck myself in a rut and I just kind of created. And there's absolute value to being able to just create like that. But you need to be able to apply a skill set to those creations and build on that foundation in order to make like a successful video series. And I've got a whole nother video dedicated to that if you're interested. But essentially what it looked like is I have to drive to and from work every day, regardless of what I'm doing. And so I was like, okay, let's use that idle time to film a vlog. And like Sam Sulek's got tons of content of him just driving places and talking to people, and that seems to do really well for him. And so I will do the same thing. And I drove to work and I said what was on my mind, and I came back from work and I said what was on my mind. Again, it was excellent. It was an excellent exercise for me to be able to understand productivity and understand how to just bang out content, how to make content part of a bigger process. But like I said, ultimately the videos were too dry.
Oh, I don't even have my car started yet. What a morning it has been. I don't even have my keys.
It was literally just me in the car talking about whatever I felt like talking about while I was driving to or from work. And it ultimately just was not a super entertaining topic unless you're someone who's like unhealthily interested in what I have to say and what I'm thinking about and what I'm doing. Like, chances are you're not going to care at all about the things that I was saying as I was doing it.
But I've gotten away from writing in the third person, and I don't really feel like my strongest writing happens in the third person anymore.
And so, like, hindsight 2020, looking back at what it was I was doing, I would definitely try and find more of a direct target and talk about those concepts and build on those concepts on the way to and from work. Again, it was an excellent exercise, and maybe if I ever have a channel that blows up into something successful, maybe I try and do that again when I have more eyes on the content. But as a starter exercise, all it really did was help to create that momentum and that spirit and that drive, and to really open my eyes to the fact, like, the people who say you gotta give up all your fun stuff to do important stuff is wrong. You just gotta know how to juggle your time. And that's ultimately what it's all about, is just juggling your time in such a way that you can do all of the things that you want to do with your time and also be productive. Because so many people, that is just like the wall that they put up, and they're like, I don't have time to do nothing and I don't want to stop having fun. Well, I'm here to tell you, you can keep having fun and you can do stuff at the same time. You just got to weave it into your schedule. That was the biggest thing that I had taken away from this exercise, of being able to create 365 videos in a single year. And again, I was still playing games, still hanging out with friends, still doing all the stuff that I like and enjoy to do and need to do, really, to keep my own sanity. Because as they say, all work and no play makes you a very dull boy. And I don't want to be a dull boy. Just a quick little video here out today to just kind of explain that to you guys. Like I said, I in the year of 2024, I busted it out. I banged out 365 videos. I filmed 2 videos a day driving to and from work. Ultimately, they were unsuccessful for me because they had no clear direction and no clear purpose, and there was really no reason for anyone to watch them unless, again, they were unhealthily obsessed with my opinions. However, it did open my eyes to the broader spectrum of productivity, how to get things done, and how to weave them into your regular everyday schedules, all while still being able to grind it out in whatever game you're playing, hang out with your friends, and do all of those things. So to all of the people out there who are staring at the advice down the throat and they're just like, ugh, I have to like give up my entire life to be productive. No, you do not. You just need to work it into your schedule some way, somehow. And make sure that once you work it into your schedule, you are building on your building blocks. Don't do what I did. Don't settle with the same boring content every day and expect people to care. Like, do something better every time you put out a video. And even if it's just something super little, something super small, super simple, and just build that foundation from there, eventually you'll have a whole house, and then people will pay attention and people will care. And again, I got a whole video dedicated to how to build from that small foundation to something bigger, so you can go check that one out. I've got another video on the hour of power. It kind of doubles down in this concept of how to make something part of your routine and how to get the most out of that routine. Again, check that one out maybe if you're interested. And I thank you all for stopping by. Big takeaways here is just go out there, have fun, live your life. Don't listen to the overly productive people who are telling you that you have to give up everything in order to have something, and just work the thing into your life. Like, I guarantee there's time and opportunities there for you to be able to do the things you want. And that's ultimately what's important, is do you truly want to do this? Because clearly you want to have fun. You clearly want to play games. You clearly want to hang out with your friends. And you should also want to create content if that's something that you truly want to do. And if that's the case, then you will find and you will make time for it. And so take it from me, a guy who played 600 hours of video games and released 365 videos in the same year. It is absolutely possible. I've got my books available on Amazon. I've got my own animation here on YouTube. And of course, there's more videos available for you on this channel. If you were to check any of that out, that would be absolutely delicious. Thank you, and I'll catch you on the next one.